college.
Okay, so I want to respond to like some of the things that my partner said and also some of the claims that were made earlier by the guys. First, they keep saying about they want to legalize prostitution, like to help the women. But what I found in evidence is that the women do not want it legalized for many different reasons. Not only does, the prostitutes themselves do not want to legalize prostitution in fear of harmful risks that will increase. A study showed in 10 Reasons for Not Legalizing Prostitution by Janice Raymond, it said, in a 5-country study on sex trafficking, most of the trafficked and prostituted women interviewed in the Philippines, Venezuela, and the United States strongly stated their opinion that prostitution should not be legalized and considered legitimate work, warning that legalization would create more risk and harm for women from already violent customers and pimps. Legalizing prostitution would expose and embarrass women who keep their career choices anonymous. One woman said in the same article, "No way, it's not a profession, it's humiliating and violent from the men's side." And I just want to make that clear that that's coming from someone who was there from their side. Women do not want the industry legalized because they believe in a sense that it makes it seem like a logical career path, which for some of them, maybe not all of them, but some of them, they don't believe that's the case. I highly doubt everybody wakes up in the morning and thinks today I want to become a prostitute. If you do, more power to you, but okay. In the same article it said, not one woman we interviewed wanted her children, family, or friends to have to earn money by entering the sex industry. Another woman stated, prostitution stripped me of my life, my health, everything. On top of that, when I spoke earlier about human trafficking, it increases human trafficking, it does not decrease it, because not only are they trafficking more women to meet demand, but they are now trafficking children because they are vulnerable and easy to get to. The business of prostitution preys on children because they are more vulnerable and desperate, therefore they take advantage and of the number of children prostitutes will increase over time. In the same article, it said, homeless youth are targeted by those who prey on their desperation and vulnerability to coerce them into sex trade where they suffer physical and emotional abuse and addictions from drugs. When comparing states that prostitution was legal versus states where it wasn't, we found that child prostitution increases in order to meet the demand. In Germany, where prostitution was legalized a decade ago, human trafficking crimes have increased 70%, and much of this involves the youth. In the Netherlands, which legalized in 2000, it is estimated that child prostitution increased by more than 300% between 1996 and 2001. There is an increase in human trafficking within children in order to provide for the increased demand for prostitutes when it becomes legalized. So by legalizing it, they start to have to find different means, because I don't think every day you find many women who just are pick me, and you don't go and interview for the job like you would at the mall or something. Child prostitution in the Netherlands has increased dramatically during the 1990s. The Amsterdam-based on the Child Right Organization estimates that the number of children in prostitution has increased, going from 4,000 children to 15,000 from 1996 to 2001. This is kind of on a side note, but not only does legalization of prostitution hurt the prostitutes due to the violent clients, but they're exposed to the public and abused by society. Whether our opponents are willing to admit it or not, there are people who still find, whether it's legal or not, it to be a demeaning career path and not something that you can look past. In the Netherlands, women in prostitution point out that legalization or decriminalization of the sex industry does not erase the stigma of prostitution because they must register, lose their anonymity. Women are more vulnerable to being stigmatized as whores, and this identity follows them every place. Lastly, I would like to state that prostitution is immoral because it objectifies women. It's wrong to promote the fact that one person's buying another is legitimate. To us, this is nothing more than human trafficking, and it's completely unacceptable. Thank you.